The voice of the Vikings gave his take on Justin Jefferson's contract talks recently. Yo, welcome back to Vikes Vibes. This is DJ as always. By now, we all should know that reportedly via Adam Schefter, uh, Justin Jefferson turned down an extension last offseason with the Vikings that was $30 million per year, reportedly. I mean, it came from Adam Schefter, so it it's pretty believable, but I guess no one really knows. So, well, if that's true, what are the Vikings' next offer going to be, and will it be good enough? Paul Allen, the Vikings play-by-play announcer, he recently uh, spoke about this contract situation with Justin Jefferson on his daily radio show K-Fan, and I'll read from an article here. So he said, "quote If you have the slightest inclination that he doesn't want to play here anymore, you have to trade him." Um, he said, "If you have the slightest inclination that that man no longer wants to play here, that could, and I would almost say would have to factor into 2 weeks from Thursday, meaning the NFL draft. There are no zeros, there are no 100s. So it's not a 0%er, it's not a 100%er." Yeah, he said that when it comes to suggesting Vikings could trade him. But consider this, Paul Allen says. If the reports are accurate that the Vikings have offered Justin Jefferson a deal that would make him the first or second highest paid player in the National Football League, and he said no, how do you unpack that? He said, I'm being serious here. If you have the slightest inclination that he doesn't want to play here anymore, you have to trade him. And you have to be forthright and honest with the fan base. Here's what we offered. They said no. This guy left. This guy said this. Nobody heard about it. He didn't want to be here anymore. So if that's our belief, then, well, you got to figure it out what you should do. End quote. That's what Paul Allen said. I actually heard it live. I listened to him just about every day on the radio. So, I mean, I didn't really think that that was gonna really blow up as much as it actually did. But after reading articles about it and other people's point of views, I mean, I really sat down and actually thought about it, and I mean, it would absolutely suck. But if that were to happen, I guess it's got to be what it's going to be. Um, if you can't possibly get something done where he wants to be here long term, then I guess now would be the perfect time to trade him while he's still in his prime, and you could get a haul for him. I mean, he's the best wide receiver in the NFL. You you should expect to get a haul and then more for him if you are thinking about trading him. Um so fans are still coming up with crazy trade proposals for him. Um I sat down and thought about one. This one's it only took me about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to think about this. So don't judge me on this. I'm just sharing this one with you. Um, so say we were forced to trade him. If that happens before the draft, where we find out, hey, he's not going to sign an extension with us. Hey, we only have this option is to trade him. Then I would say easily, easily at least 3 first rounders and then more. So here's an example. Arizona Justin Jefferson to Arizona. So they did JJ. We did in my trade proposal. We did their number 4 and their number 27. So that's 2024 first round picks. Number 35, which is a second rounder. Number 66, which is a third rounder. All of these are in this year's draft. And then next year, 2025's first rounder. So that's 3 first rounders, a second, and a third. We would have 4 first round picks in this year's draft. We would have number 4, number 11, number 23, and number 27. Could you imagine what we could do in this year's draft with 4 first round picks? Man, I mean, I definitely don't want to get rid of Justin Jefferson. He's my favorite player in the league. My favorite Viking of all time. But if we're forced to do this, I mean, if we can get, 2 first round picks in this year's draft, at least, man, and we already have 2 in our pocket right now. Oh my God. We did our quarterback and then more. But I'm still not going to admit because it's not how I feel. I'm not saying, yeah, let's 100%. I'm on the train to trade JJ. Let's do this. He needs to get out of here. I'm not like that. That's not me. I want him here. I want the Vikings to pay whatever they need to get him to stay here. I want him to retire as a Viking, and a lot of Vikings fans should agree. I know there's a lot of them that say trade him, let's get rid of him, blah blah blah. Th- This type of talent doesn't come around every year, every I mean decade. You you these Vikings fans, we want a Super Bowl finally. And you want to give away a superstar wide receiver? I mean, I know we need other things, but trading this caliber of a player is not the answer. It's not going to get us to a Super Bowl. We need Justin Jefferson. I know we haven't won a playoff game since he's been here, but there's still pieces of the puzzle that we need to put together. And throwing him a big, huge chunk of that puzzle out is not the answer. So, do you think what Paul Allen said has any meaning to it? Since he's pretty close. He works with the team and has contacts for information none of us could get, or is he just basing it on his opinion? I know it's not something we want to happen, but it's something I think Vikings fans should at least sit down and think about so that if it does happen, You're not blindsided. So, let me know in the comments what you think about all this, and, make sure to subscribe. We got 2 weeks to the draft. We need 35 more subscriptions for our 100 goal by the draft, which is in 2 weeks from today. So if you haven't yet, go subscribe and please share the show. Let's get to that 100 goal. Subscribe to the vibes, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.